Setting up a Floyd Rose can be easy. All you need is a screwdriver, and I'll show you how at the end of the video after I've cleaned up the fretboard and polished the frets. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is block off the tremolo in the position we want it to stay, and to do that I'm using an Allen key and a little block I made from a piece of wood and some plectrums taped together. Once that's done, undo the retaining nuts and bolts for the locking nuts, keep those safe, and take the strings off. So unwind the strings at the headstock and then release the locking clamps on the bridge. Don't take them all the way off, just release them enough to get the string out. Now I'm checking the truss rod and the fretboard just to get it in a neutral position with a notch straight edge, and once I know that the fret fingerboard is flat, then I'm checking across the frets. These are okay, actually, they don't need any leveling. So now I'm just ranging over the edges of the frets, just taking the little bits of sharpness off and making it a bit more comfortable and smoother to play. So doing that all the way up the fretboard with a fret end dressing file, and then back down again with a much finer one, and I'll do that on both sides of the guitar neck. Now we're masking off the fretboard, so got some masking tape. Just get one edge right up to the fret and then fold it over, move the other edge up to the next fret, and it gets it out the way and keeps everything neat and tidy. And then as you go up the fingerboard, just use narrower strips of masking tape, and then we start polishing with some abrasive pad, and then I'm going up through the fret rubbers, which are a rubber compound with different abrasive grits built into them. So literally polish the frets as you go up the grits. So just going up each individual fret and repeating the process for each one. So a bit time consuming, but it's really worth doing because it makes the frets gleam, and making sure you get down the sides of each fret and up and down the edges as well. And now we get into polishing compounds. Now I use a medium fine and super fine to do this, and just put a bit of it on top of the frets with that strop, and get a piece of strong tissue paper or a polishing mop on a little Dremel and just buff it out. And then when the masking tape comes off, that's what you're left with, super shiny frets. Next, fingerboard cleaner, followed by some restorative oil to lubricate the fingerboard. So wipe it on, leave it, make a brew, and then wipe off. Now changing these pickup rings for these purple ones to match the volume knob, and I'll show you a trick here for getting the pickup back into the new one. Hold the spring back with a crocodile clip. One of the best things I've found to use one of these clips for, to be honest. Makes it a lot easier. So just getting the pickup mounted and then frame screwed back on. Right, restringing a Floyd Rose, you need to clip the ball ends off the strings and then do a slight bend in the string you're fitting so it goes into the saddle and the block can hold it. Now it doesn't need to be much, literally a few millimeters, that's all it needs to be. So I'll use a small pair of pliers just to kink the end over, and then you can tighten it up and then restring as normal, and wind the string up, and there you go, 6 strings back on the guitar. Now we tune into pitch. Remember the trem's locked, so it's not going to move, and then you stretch all of the slack out of these strings. Right, checking for neck relief. Capo on the first fret, and then hold the string down at the body joint, and then depending on the guitar you check with a feeler gauge around the 8th fret and see what gap you've got. Now this is slightly too much relief, so I'm adjusting the truss rod towards me to raise the fingerboard slightly and lessen the amount of relief. So now that's done, I'm just checking it again, and I've got this set to like 8 thousandths or 0.2 of a millimeter. So next I'm checking the action on the bottom and top strings at the 12th fret with my ruler. Ideally you want them to be between about 1.5 mil on the bottom string and around a millimeter on the top string, but each guitar is individual and each player is individual. So now I'm adjusting the bolts just to lower the action slightly at the trem, and then we check again and see where we are. This one I'm trying to get it as low as possible without having any fret buzz, so it depends on what the player wants. If they want it set up for super fast and slinky, you get it as low as you possibly can, but some people like to have a bit more meat under the finger, so they might want a higher action. It's just down to the individual player. Intonation is adjusting the string length along the whole guitar from the nut to the bridge. Now modern guitars have compensated bridges because each string needs a slightly different length, so you have to compensate for the thickness of the string, and that's what lets you keep the guitar in tune across the entire fretboard. So with a Floyd or double locking tremolo system, it's a little bit more fiddly because each saddle is individually locked onto the bridge plate. Now with a Floyd, if you don't have one, I highly recommend getting yourself one of these adjustment tools because it saves a lot of messing around. So to use it, you hook it over the fine adjuster, and then that little tooth sits inside the saddle block. Get it so it's just tight enough to be snug, because if you over tighten it, it is going to move the saddle on the spring and the string will go sharp. So you don't want it to be pulling the saddle down. Now once that's done, you loosen the retaining bolt which is at the front of the saddle. Usually that's a 2.5 millimeter Allen key. And just slacken it off slightly so that you can move the saddle. Now because you've done that, that might detune the string, which it has, so get it back up to the pitch you want, which in this case is F sharp because this guitar is being tuned down a half step. Right, that's now showing F sharp. So to check the intonation, you compare the open note with the harmonic and the fretted note at the 12th fret. So open, now showing F sharp, so harmonic showing slightly flat, and the fretted 12th note. Okay, now when you're intonating a guitar, if the harmonic and the fretted note at the 12th is flat, then you move the saddle forwards towards the nut. If it's slightly sharp, you move the saddle backwards away from the nut. So flat forward is all you need to remember. Nice and simple. Now, because we've got this tool on, you just very gently slacken the nut, and it will let the saddle move forward slightly. Then check where you are. Retune to pitch. Okay, and then compare again. Don't worry if it doesn't go where you need it to be first time, because you're talking micro adjustments, especially with a Floyd system. There we go. Right, and once you've got it in place, lock the saddle back down again. Loosen the tool and just check the string. Yep, all good. And basically repeat that for each string, and then you know your guitar is intonated across the entire fretboard. Right, now all that's done, last thing to do, take the blocks out of the trem, which is obviously, you're going to adjust everything because you've had it blocked off. Now the whole point of this is to balance the string tension with the springs in the back. Now as you can see, taking the block out, the trem's dipped into the body, so that means we need to loosen the springs in the back of the guitar in the trem cavity, and that's where the screwdriver comes in. And the bottom string's gone up just over a whole step, so now we let some tension out of the springs in the trem cavity and check again. So loosen the screw, and then you can eyeball it till it gets close to where you had it when you set it up, and then you just check against the tuner on the top and bottom strings, and then keep adjusting the claw until it's back in where you tuned it. Now, you only need to worry about the top and bottom strings, because if those two are in tune, the other four strings are going to be in tune with them, because that's where you balance the trem at. So it may take 1 or 2 goes, it may take, you know, another 10 or 15 minutes of fine tuning, but once it's back, you know, you're done. Right, when you're putting these in, you don't need to absolutely mash it tight. You literally just do it till you feel the resistance. So that's it. Use a screwdriver, or just use springs in the trem cavity to balance the tension with the strings you've got fitted to the guitar. Now that will work if you want to change tunings, if you change a gauge string, so you go from 9s to 10s to 11s or back again. Same principle applies, and it will work. Now, as you can hear, guitar's in tune. And it's back where it was, in tune, and it will stay there until the strings are changed. So hope that helps. Last thing we're going to do is put the back plate back on, take that masking tape off obviously, and clip the string ends off, and it's good to go back to his player. So hope this helps. If you do it a different way, let me know. I want to learn, I want to know what everybody else does, and if there's a better way, I'll give it a go. So thanks for sticking with me, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.